Hello and welcome to Farming Simulator 2015 with me, Kevin Sawyer, and join us back on Volksholm here, and we're ready to do some harvesting of the wheat. So it's a bit of rinse and repeat again, guys. But that's nature of the beast when we have to start the map over again. But here we go. Let me just fire up anything. What I'm going to do is going to show you some little courseplay. Do some courseplay recording for you guys, just to go through go through it with the guys that don't know, or the guys and girls I should say, that don't know how to use courseplay in its entirety. I won't go in depth. I'll just give a basic overview of how to use it. I think Charlie's planning on doing some more in-depth tutorials, but I'll just show you the basics of what you need to do to make up a basic course, etc., etc. But first of all, let's fire this guy off. So let's get him to work. I'm going to keep the straw as well, because we need the straw for the cows and everything. That should hopefully... No, it's spreading it. No. Stop. I need you to enable G. Enable okay, higher. Hope you guys are all well. I hear you all saying, yeah, we're fine, Kev, how's you? Yeah, I'm brilliant, thank you very much for asking. I've been playing about with the DX Story side of things, using Lagraphlosphorus code. You know, guys, be honest with me, see if you see any difference in it. If you do, say yes, I do, it's better, or if you think it's worse, say no, actually go back to the original DX Story settings, and I will. It tends to, with Lagraph, it tends to hold around the 30 FPS mark. With the standard DX Story, it kind of goes between 27 and 30 frames per second, so it holds out a little bit more. The only thing is, I do notice every now and again it flashes up the in codex symbol, so I did some dummy testing, and it was it kind of looked okay in the dummy testing, but I didn't do a long run. I only did a couple of minutes. And it comes up with another little saying GPU on it, I think, or OPU, GPU, yeah, graphics processor, yeah, GPU, and it's a GPU, just GPU keeps on flashing up, so I guess it's affecting the GPU, but it could be just because it's on an older board, such and such, etc., etc. But I thought I'd try it in this episode. Again, guys, let me know what you think of it, and I'll change it back if it needs to, or we'll keep it as is. But anyway, I'm going to show you to set up this first course. So I tend to have it typically, if you can, have it sort of like either on the in the middle of a field, or on the edge of a field. So just so then it can easily go back to that point, or drive off from that point. So I know it's driving through the corn here, guys, but bear with me. But anyway, first of all, we start driving course on the course play. You shouldn't turn straight off the bat. You should wait a few markers, but it's okay. It's a bit forgiving. It will allow it, just to get us off the field a bit quicker. But then you can do this. Two ways of doing this, depending on your map type. You may not be on Volksholm. You may actually be on another map that doesn't have the tip point in the same way as Volksholm does. If your tip point's a bit like Belgique Befond, I'm going to go through a little one on that as well, just to show you what you need to do. But basically, you need to back up in without the trailer on. It's better to do it without the trailer on. This way you can do it with the trailer on. You can do it either, But if you do it without the trailer, obviously guys, you do have to bear in mind that you've got to drive your course and act like it has got a trailer. So take wider turns where you can, leave a bit of space sort of between the pathways to allow for the trailer and allow for other vehicles to get up and down. But basically, as long as you put those mindsets in, you should be more or less good to go. But anyway, I digress. But let's just dry down to the settings here. So, like I said, with the DX Story side of things, let me know what you think. I'll have watch over it myself, and if I think it's no good, I'll let you know in the next episode anyway. But doing some dummy recordings, it wasn't too bad. There's not much in it. It just holds the frames roughly bit more stable. So I'm hoping that it makes it a bit more enjoyable, less laggy. I'm guessing that the GPU market is just warning you GPU struggling. And again, I have upgraded to my new GPU, well, games graphics card. However, because it's still on the older board, it may be struggling a little bit on that aspect of things. So I don't really know long term until I upgrade the motherboard and the processor, how it's really going to react. I suspect once that's all in place, it's going to behave a lot better, and it'll be a little more settled. But anyway, let's drive this little course here. I may have covered this in the previous episodes again, guys. I'm going to apologise if I have, but I'm just going over it again, just for new people that have come in, and if you're joined into the channel for the very first time today, thank you very much for coming in, and hope you enjoy the content. But anyway, I digress. Once you're in the field, drive roughly a bit into the field. Don't necessarily be all the way in, just enough so it can pick it up. Now on some larger fields, like Moose said, you do need to sort of like assign the combine onto it, even though you're in the field, and it should pick it up automatically. Sometimes it doesn't, especially if it's a very big field, but these fields are not too bad, so we can probably get away with using these, and I've done it once before. So right, so you can say stop recording once you've got to the point you want to do, and you assign its category type. So you got different types. This is grain transport load to start, so that's if you're this one my key mouse is hovering over, sorry. So that's if you're unloading a silo, so I will go through that at some point as well, basic one for that. This one here, I've got to click off it to bring up the description. Empty combine to offload. This is overloading, so this will unload a combine via overloader and then drive it to a set point that you tell it to unload into a trailer, etc, etc. This is just general fertilising and seeding. This is drive from A to B. It's a transfer sort of like aspect. This is more field work, similar to this one here. This one's manure transport, and that one's bucket expertise. They all do different little things, but again, I'm not going to go too much into detail. I'm going to let Charlie do a lot of the real detailed tutorials for you guys, because he said he was going to plan on do it. So, but anyway, so what we need to do is set it to that, and then you've got your settings up here. Now it varies from vehicle to vehicle. On standard combines, it's just leave it as auto. On like some of the modded stuff, you may need to play with like the side offsets and everything. I know on my chaff bunker, my transportation unit, you need to offset the vehicle a bit. Moose has covered it, I'm sure Charlie may recover it at some point. But anyway, so you start off your so this is when the tractor will go to unload it. So I recommend about 65 to 70%, just to give it a bit of an extra margin, and drive off at 85%. And again, it won't drive off straight away, but anyway, so if we tell it to drive, it should automatically pick up the combine, he says, hopefully. There we go. And it should automatically then unload him, and when he gets to a certain point, drive the course. I suspect it's good, so I'm going to save it now. What field are we actually on? This is field 32. So save, unload, F32, and then save. Now if you want to make a new folder as well, you can do that. As you see, I've got these here, but if you want to categorize them, you can actually create a folder, and if you do that, it creates a new folder. And then, so if you want to put everything into groups like field work, grain, cell grain, etc., you make up a new folder by clicking on that. It asks you what you want to name it, you name it, and then you can move the folders in and out by using these here. But I'll go through that again at some point. I'll show you guys in entirety. That should be working good, so I could leave him to get on with his devices, hopefully, and he should then just drive out the way, hopefully. Courseplay doesn't always get it right, so bear that in mind, guys. There we go, he's out of his way now. Let's go and jump in the other combine and set that one up. Right, so let's get this guy up and running. Now, with aspects to auto combine, I use it on one or two of them, but not all. For some reason, New Holland, it tends to glitch out and it smashes the header down if I use hired worker, but on this one it's fine. So let's bring up text quickly. Disable straw heath, enable straw heath, disable straw heath. Right, hire, and hopefully he gets on from the way, and no he doesn't, he's going to do his own thing. Okay, so again we need to, it's where it's probably glitching with auto combine, and it is auto combine on. Hi, I want him to drive that course. Drive. Now he should pick up that head, hopefully. No. What are you doing? Right. Sorry guys. Again, glitching out. Never always goes to plan as you want it to. There we go. He should get off on his merry little way, and we'll get this guy to drive his course. Again, it's not ideal placement, so what we'll do is just going to drive it roughly up to the middle here, so it just can drive into the middle of the field and drive off if needs be. So start again, so start courseplay recording. You can put it on any which one you like, you just have to assign it once you've done it. But once you start driving off, again allowing for trailers etc, and allowing for speed aspect. Don't drive like a loon when you're making up these courses, because if you do, or lead foot Kev syndrome kicks in, as the case may be. if you do drive lead-footed like I do, you can run into problems very quickly. It'll start, you know, fishtailing and everything. So just remember to be careful when you do your first course. Once you've done it, it's done for good, unless you need to change it in any way or you haven't done it right. But if you do it right the first time round, then you shouldn't run into any problems later on. Shouldn't. Obviously, course playing being the nature of it, it can glitch, like I say. So it's not an ideal medium, but it helps out in everyday maintaining of the farm. But most of you guys are aware of what course play can do. I know TBF, Charlie, Sinky, and Danny, if he still watches my videos, all aware what course play can do. And I'm sorry guys, but I'm just going for it with the guys that may not know. And a lot of my long-term subscribers that watch a lot of my videos have watched me do this a lot of times before. Again, I can only apologise. But I just thought I'd cover some of it in today's episode. And like I said, I might do a bit of Belgique as well, show you what you necessarily need to have to do. But just take your corners. If you haven't got the trailer on, if you do want to do it trailerless, if that's a word, you can do it without the trailer, like I said. You just have to bear in mind, take your corners nice and wide, so you won't get any problems later on snagging or clipping against fences, etc., etc. But we'll drive up to here. Again, take the corner nice and wide. Just got to get rid of that box. Again, drive into the field. You don't have to be right all the way in, just enough for it to cover it again, like I said. If you do run into problems with it not finding it, then you might just need to select it on your find the combine course. If you look in here, you've got automatic search or find combine. If you select that, again it'll come up with the closest combines in vicinity. Just go down to the one that you want. Once it's selected, it should automatically find it, or will find it all the time. But on this aspect, should automatically find it. So let's set up this guy's. So 65, 85, drive course, and then we can save it. What field are we on? We are field 31, by the looks of it. Yeah. So save course as, unload. Oops, what else I did? F31, and as long as you do them the same way, spell them out the same way in capitals and everything, when you go to save them in your categories, it should make them in order. So if you look here how I've done it, field 31, field 32 automatically puts them in sequence. So as long as you do it in the same way, it will always do that for you. So it's something you can bear in mind. Anyway, I'm hoping he's not getting that right. He's in the combine's way. No, he's not in the combine's way. Good. He's unloading him. So that's one's all away. And there should be another combine here. Right, we'll set him up. And again, do the same thing. Make sure that's all in order. Fire up the engine. Install is off. Is on, sorry. We need to keep that. And hire worker. He should then get on in his merry little way. Just double check your settings. It is on. Cool. Right. And again, it's this repeat, rinse and repeat again. Get these guys off, and the plan is I'm going to need to get some grass as well today, so because we've got some cows now. So again, we'll just drive roughly up to the middle of the field here. Doesn't necessarily have to be bang on middle, but as long as it's sort of like gives it a fair idea, if it can find it from afar. So start course recording. Again, guys, making sure you take your time, be careful with it. Don't be a Leadfoot Kev syndrome. You should be more or less good to go, but we're do this one course, and then I'll go and show you how to do a basic field course, because once you plant some grass onto a field, the field's no longer recognised by courseplay. It might be a problem you guys have come up against. Mostly everyone knows how to do it, but again, for those guys that don't know, so drive back up into here. Now, you don't necessarily have to be on the roads like I am. I just find if the road's there to use the roads. That's a bit more smoother, less likely to have any issues trying to climb up the hill, especially if you've got damage mod on. But then just drive up into the field, stop, and then choose your category. Settings, 65, 85, and then drive course. And that should pick that up. So we'll save this. What field is this? This is field 24, I think. Can't really see. Need to jump out. Can't really see what field this is on. I'm sure it's field 24. Yeah, field 24. Okay. Just to make sure. Stop. Yeah, field 24. So we save it as field 24, unload field 24. F24 and save. Once you get them all up, let's get rid of the map quickly. Again, I'll quickly show you how to. So if we create a new folder, input fields, save, and then you can move them. So you can move it into that one like that, move that one into there as well, and then move that one into there as well. So now when you go into fields, you can see what it's all categorized. So it's all categorized right for you, and it just tidies your desk up a little bit, or your courseplay courses as well. Let's get rid of all that, and that's all done, and they should be off to good and go. Shouldn't get any problems with them apart from something stuck in traffic already. He's stuck in traffic, as you can see. Stop driver, courseplay can sometimes get it wrong. I think he's finished on here by little stubs. So, that in mind, let's stop this guy. Get rid of that. Unload that. And then we're sending back down to the farm. And we move on to the next map, or next part. Depending on time aspect, I'll try and get the scrum grass cutting into for you guys, but again, try and keep these videos down to half an hour for you guys to make it more enjoyable. One thing I will say, another thing I'm going to ask you guys, again, lots of things I'm going to be asking you, lots of comments you need to think about writing. Live streams. Now, I'm thinking about doing live streams. Is it something you're interested in? Again, please guys, let me know. In the comments below, as well as everything else with the keep it aspect and everything else. I know a lot of questions I'm asking you. Let's actually, we was a bit silly there, weren't we, Kev? Let's stop him from chasing him quickly, because I need to actually detach that. And then move it down to another field. So G, let's see. I'll get him to come with me. And then V. And Q. Why won't it detach? That's unusual. Okay, V, and then Q, and then that's it. And go and pick up. Did he not? I told him to stop following me, didn't I? I'm sure I did. He's going to follow me anyway. Okay, that's fine. As long as he doesn't crash into my... Nope, don't. Stop. It won't attach. Why won't you attach? There we go. We fold this up again because we're empty. Put beacons on. Turn that off. Move on to the next field, which I think is just down the road here. Actually, we'll use this one. Go to the next one down the road because that's not far from here. So the plans are for the next episode, once I've completed the harvest off screen, I'll do the rest of the harvest off screen, guys, to save you some sort of boredom off screen. So, seeing time aspect now, what I might do is the next episode I'll show you how to set up the field for the grass cutting aspect. So then you guys are aware. Go down to field 34, it's right by the BGA. Now, judging on how much space is around the edges of this, you see there's not much space either way, because trees all round. This is something which I might have to do. I might come and clear some of these trees out, because this field is a bit hairy, to say the least. I think going this way is probably the better option. There's only a couple trees either way this way. So, we detach that. We get that other guy to stop following. Even though he's still following, we get him to stop following again. Alright, he stopped following. Jump out of that. As you can see, we're quite poor as well. Bought some cows off screen, so we've got them. They've always started producing some money for us. But we'll get things back on top of the farm again. Get to the point where we're making lots of money. Won't take me long. But anyway, I digress. Let's just fold that head back up. And let's see if I can... If we play this right, we can get this in the first go. It's not exactly the most ergonomic way of doing things, but it'd have to do. If I just start off briefly, I'm going to unfold it first. Just to colour a little bit in. There we go. And then bring up 5, make sure he's cutting the right way, and he's not, so that's the way he needs to go. Hire worker, he should get off on his way. Where are you going, Mr. Man? No. That's not the way I want you to go. Again, cool. Auto combine, putting a big massive spanner in the works. He's to the right. Yep, that's where I want him to turn. So higher. Auto combine definitely has different plans, doesn't it? It's going to be another one of those zany, funky episodes, guys, where nothing ever works. Right, you're going to go the way I want you to go? Yes, there we go. Just missed it a little bit. Again, being the nature of the beast. Right, I see it's already creeped over 30-minute mark, so sorry guys, I didn't cover everything I wanted to. But I hope you enjoyed the episode. If you did, please don't forget to like, and if you're new to my channel and want to see future episodes of this and anything else that I'm doing, please don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you in the next one. TTFN.